Alright, today I'm going to be reviewing the EMG Licensed Sharps Bros JACK AEG, made by Aries. So first thoughts, I really like this gun. It's going to be full metal. I got the 7-inch version, which runs for about $249 on e-bike, which is where I got it. I didn't pay that because I got mine in a mystery box. It's got your Aries Amoeba series gearbox, which is an 8mm ball bearing with 8mm bushings gearbox. It's got the quick change spring, and it's lipo ready with the sweet MOSFET that it's got inside of it. Alright, let's run the externals from front to rear. So in the box, it's going to come with your federally mandated orange flash hider. I've got my GMP mock suppressor on the end of it. Moving back from that, it's going to run 14mm positive threads. Don't make the mistake I did and force a negative thread adapter onto it. So moving back, we've got our 7-inch CNC aluminum M-Lock handguard. It's got, I have affixed a stubby angled vertical grip and my little M-Lock rail on the bottom. Mine did not come with any M-Lock rail segments, but apparently it comes with them, so I got shafted out of that one. It has a full metal 7-inch outer barrel, and inside of that we have our 260mm inner barrel. On top we have a full length optics rail, which runs the whole length of the gun, and it comes with these full metal Troy style flip up front and rear sights. For some reason these don't lock in the down position. Alright, moving back from there, we have the big meat and potatoes of the video, which everybody really wants. We've got our licensed Sharps Bros JACK lower and upper receiver. So what makes this gun really cool is it's got the JACK skull on the bottom of it. This is going to be a forged aluminum receiver set, so it's not CNC'd. You can get the CNC'd set for a little bit more than the price of this whole AEG together. So on the right side of the AEG, we have our mock fire selector indicator. We've got our locking body pins, our extended or fairly pronounced mag release. In the trigger, we have our flat style trigger with the Aries MOSFET in it, so it has a pretty good trigger response. I really am a fan of this MOSFET. The only problem that I've been having with the trigger is, you saw just then, if I lean this forward, it does click right there, which is actually the safety trying to catch in semi-automatic. That, I guess, is a problem that a lot of people are having with this gun, but I fixed it. It shoots as long as you don't have the weapon tilted down while you're trying to shoot. It's fine. If you tilt it up, it's fine. So down below the trigger, we've got our integrated trigger guard. Back here we've got our Magpul style Aries Amoeba pistol grip. It's advertised to be rubberized, but it is not. It's just this polymer, rough, hard plastic. So moving back here, we've got our QD sling sling point. It's got 2 sling mount positions on either side and 1 more back on this buttstock. You can go ahead and flip it either way. Almost missed. We've got our dust cover right here. That is unfortunately plastic. I don't know why Aries decided to make this plastic, but it is. and it doesn't look too terribly realistic either, which I'm not a fan of. But it's just pick and choose right now on what you like. Moving back, we've got our buffer tube, which is where our battery will go, because this is a rear wired AEG. We've got our Magpul style Aries Amoeba buttstock, which is 6 position, just like any other M4. Inside of here, you got enough room to fit whatever stock tube style battery you want. I have a Elite Force 3-cell 11.1 15C battery in it, which fits just barely. I'm not able to quite close the stock all the way with it because the wire's getting away right here. So trying not to pinch them or cut them, I'll leave it right there, which is, I don't need to put it in any further to use it. So performance-wise, this has got about 20 rounds a second on full auto with an 11.1. It shoots around 340 to 345 FPS with .2s, which is what I had it chronoed at High Ground Airsoft. Some more gripes about it. One big problem that I did have with this is magazine compatibility. Now, I'll be right back. The big thing that people were having problems with, or I was having problems with personally, there's not a lot of discrepancies among the community because it's not a horribly popular rifle, is getting to my mags to seat inside the mag well. Now, it comes with a 300 round high capacity magazine, which is metal, and that seats fairly well in here. If you can get it every time. You can see it hangs up just a little bit. When I switched over to my Elite Force 140 round polymer midcaps, which are made by Aries, you have this weird back and forth wobble motion you have to do to get it to seat properly. Which the only problem I saw was that these windows here it's slightly larger on this one than any other magazine. I had the same problem with my GMP midcaps, the Skull Frog midcaps. So on top of that, more feeding issues. I had feeding issues with this because, well, what was happening was I test fired this when I got it with the metal high cap. It fired fine on semi-automatic, but when I switched to full auto, it would misfeed, shoot like 4 or 5 and then misfeed. So I wasn't quite understanding why I do it. There's only a few components that affect your feeding, and that's going to be your hop up bucking, inner barrel, and then your air nozzle. So I went ahead and looked at the hop up, made sure there wasn't any burrs or imperfections in the hop up. There wasn't any. Looked at my inner barrel, it was fine. Then I looked at my hop up bucking, which is a normal cause of this problem. I went ahead and replaced it with a G&G green hop up bucking, the super soft one that everybody likes. And that didn't work. I tried turning my hop up all the way down and it didn't work. And it just, other than this magazine, it would not feed with any other mid-capacity magazine that I had. So I checked the hop up bucking and nothing would work. So the only thing that left me with was the air nozzle was too long. So what I did is I just took some sandpaper and I shaved it down little by little until I got the BBs to feed. Now the BBs feed just fine on high rates of fire, full auto, semi-automatic, whatever you want. It feeds fine now. So that's one thing I'd keep your heads up about. Another thing was the handguard was a little crooked, so I just had to take it off, tighten down this delta nut, or whatever you want to call it, the securing ring inside of here, tightened it down one more notch, and now it fits fine and doesn't wobble at all. Another thing that I'm noticing is there's just a little bit of play in the buffer tube right here. That could just be I need to tighten down the screw connecting it, so no big issues there. Other than that, this is a very well performing AEG, and let's go do a little test firing. Alright, so we'll do a little shooting. Got a 140 round mid cap set up, and just go ahead and shoot down this can. Alright, in closing, this is a fairly decent beginner to intermediate AEG. It does come LiPo ready, which I really like. It's got that flat trigger with that MOSFET, so you get great trigger response on an 11.1. It doesn't have as much customizability as I'd like to, but it does have this 7-inch barrel. But all in all, it comes CQB field legal. It's got great Aries internals. The only problems I found with it was that air nozzle and the mag problem that only works well with the OEM mag that it came with. But if I missed anything, guys, let me know. Other than that, peace out.